In this third part of the British Columbia Courthouse Library Society screencast series on researching legislation, we will show you how to research legislative intent, a way to learn about why a law was brought into force. We will work with a quirky section in the Criminal Code that states that it is illegal to publish or distribute a crime comic. Why on earth was there a need to make crime comics illegal in the first place? When a law is first introduced, it is debated by members of Parliament, and these debates shed light on the intent behind the law. The transcripts of these debates are reproduced in a publication called Hansard. These Hansard debates, for both Houses of Parliament, the House of Commons and the Senate, are available at the Vancouver Courthouse Library. We're now going to show you how you can find debates in these volumes by working with our crime comic law as an example. Our first step is to find out when the law was first introduced. An earlier segment of the screencast series, Tracing Legislation Back, shows how to research the history of a law. We learned in that segment that our crime comic law was first introduced in 1949 as Section 207 of the Criminal Code. We'll go to the index volumes for Hansard for the House of Commons from this time period. We can see that there are two index volumes for the year 1949. To know which index to work with, match up the parliamentary session. In our example, the Act to amend the Criminal Code, which added the crime comic law, was introduced in the first session of the 21st Parliament, which ran from September to December of 1949. So we want to work with the Hansard Index for the first session of the 21st Parliament. We can take two approaches in working with Hansard indexes. A common first approach is to look up the name of the statute that has added our provision. In this case, our statute is the Act to amend the Criminal Code. We can see there is an entry under Criminal Code Amendment of, which directs us to the Criminal Code Amendment Bills. We can see that there is also an entry under Crime Comics, showing the alternate approach to get to the information, which involves looking up the topic. When we look under the Criminal Code Amendment Bills in the index, we can see several entries under Portrayal of Crimes Tending to Induce Violence. Note the abbreviations 1R, 2R, COM, and 3R. These refer to the first reading, second reading, committee, and third reading, representing the various stages of a bill's passage through Parliament. Generally, the most meaningful debates take place during the second reading and the committee stages, which, as we can see here, span several dozen pages of debates. The numbers beside the entries direct us to the page numbers in the volumes where the debates are transcribed. If we go to page 511, for example, we see that Mr. E. D. Fulton introduced the second reading of the crime comic bill in Parliament. And if we continue to read on, we can see extensive debate around why some of the lawmakers felt it necessary to make crime comics illegal. Crime comics present in colored pictures the commission of crimes of violence. Children are natural imitators. When they see it repeated in pictures hundreds upon hundreds of times, they are more apt to copy it, and to do exactly what they have seen the criminal doing, without any thought as to whether it is right or wrong. If we want to go further, we can use the same method to find debates in the Senate as well. This concludes the British Columbia Courthouse Library Society screencast series on researching legislation. If you would like any further assistance, our contact information is available on our website at www.bccls.bc.ca.